The state of Indiana is moving on to the next steps in stage 2 of reopening the state. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Julia Moffett. This is part of the governor's 5 stages to get Indiana back on track. Services like salons and barber shops can open by appointment only. We did try to check in online at a couple of great clips in Johnson County. The wait was estimated at 180 minutes. A lot of you want your hair cut. So the shop on State Road 135 in Fairview did have a few people sitting in waiting areas as well. And the stage also allows restaurants to reopen for dine-in eating at 50% capacity. We stopped by Luciana's, also along State Road 135 in Greenwood. They opened today for the lunch crowd. Those who are opening today have feelings of both excitement and concern.
Having a little bit of anxiety of the amount of work that's going to go into this next week, as we have been out of all of our regular work routine. We have no habits now.
Just want to get back to some kind of normalcy. So that's what I'm excited about, but nervous about how customers may react, even some staff that haven't been here in a while.
And as a reminder that this does not apply to Marion, Lake, and Cass counties. That won't be allowed until Friday of this week. And a look at some of what is opening today, along with the personal services and restaurants, state government, executive branch offices will begin limited public services. That includes the BMV. Some state workers are returning to offices in small waves. Boating is now permitted, but boaters will still need to follow social distancing guidelines. And people can visit beaches and shorelines. And as to the latest on the coronavirus and its impact on Indiana, state health officials report 32 more deaths from COVID-19. The State Department of Health says there are more than 24,000 Hoosiers who have or have had coronavirus. So far, more than 1,400 people have died in Indiana. But more people are getting tested, with more than 146,000 Hoosiers tested. The governor and state health officials have their daily briefing today at 2:30. You can watch it right here on Channel 13. And contact tracing starts today, and Indiana wants to be able to track who's been exposed to the virus. And that's where the contact tracing actually comes in. Here's how it works. So people who have had COVID-19 may be interviewed about who they were around and when. Workers can then determine a list of people who may have been exposed and then work to contact them to discuss next steps. What is unique is that this will switch from a local effort to a state-run plan. 500 workers have been hired and trained to hit the ground running starting today.